Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Media Buff Guys. And today, here with me are my co-hosts, Layne, Ed, Jen, and we got Omarr back. Say hi, everybody.
Hello. Hey.
Hello.
The prodigal son has returned.
Hey,
They literally dragged him out of the house. I saw.
how you guys doing?
I saw the video.
You guys miss me? Hi. You drinking your water, right? Staying healthy? Good.
I got it right here.
Good girl.
Still creepy, but I kind of missed it.
So did the audience, apparently.
All right, so today's episode, well, before we get to that, quick word of our sponsor, Maono. Ed, take it away. Sell the product.
Well, folks, I'll cut that out. Well, folks, as before, if you want to listen or sound like us when you want to record your own podcast, Maono is one good way to start. They have very high-end quality items at a reasonable price, and if you use code word MediaBuff, you get an additional 10% off. There's an ongoing summer sale right now. It should end in about a week or two, so the code should stack with a couple items, but either way, if you're just looking to get some lapel mics, high-end mics like the ones we're using, or even something to interface your computer with a microphone, Maono is a good place to start, so check them out. Matt.
And also, in other news, we have an official Instagram page up and running. So if you guys later on want to talk to us, you can message us.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
We-
you want to get if you want to get in our DMs, you're more than welcome to.
Slide right on in there.
You don't need to use lube.
Oh my god.
Too dirty.
We're already have an age disclaimer on our page that nobody should be aware or surprised by this.
I have not been here in what, like 2-3 months?
So you just gotta let it all out.
It's been a year, dude.
I have a lot of time to catch up on, okay? I gotta get in all my jokes for the lost time.
I
to
know,
make
for
up.
real.
We got like a couple more episodes to do, so save them.
Back on track. Back on track.
Back on track.
Oh, trust me, I have an endless bag of them.
God.
And with that said, today we will be discussing albums that we think are good, or at least near perfect in our opinion, from front to back, as in like there's no bad song on it. And let's see, Ed, take it away. We'll do yours first.
That's fine. I mean, mine's probably the best one out of all of them.
That's an objective opinion.
So the one
I wouldn't know, I didn't listen to it.
So the one I picked is like something that I'm probably sure a lot of the listeners know of or have heard it or probably banged to it or danced to it back in 2003 when it first came out. And that's 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying. Now, part of the reason I picked this is because I wanted the listeners to actually listen to something other than rock, metal, or whatever craziness y'all have in mind, because that's usually what you guys. But regardless, this is one of his best albums, if not his best album that he's had. If you know who 50 Cent is, he was very popular in the early 2000s.
Was he?
Yeah, he came out like
He came in like a wrecking ball.
literally wrecking ball status.
Always find him in the club.
You will always find him in the club. Case in point, that was one of his songs. I mean, see, even Layne knows. Even Layne knows. That should tell you something. That should tell you something. On top of that, I mean, the songs on his album are not some of the worst songs you'll listen to. I mean, some of these have gone like triple platinum, and they've won various awards. One of his most popular one is called "In the Club." It's like
MPIMP.
MPIMP. Some of the songs that they were literally played to death in clubs. And then, of course, you have some of his more low-key, down-to-earth songs like 21 Questions. Something that can pump you up like If I Can't, then No One Can. Well, that's not the entire title, but it's part of the title. That's my theme song, by the way.
It's
Like,
not Many Men
Yeah,
because of all the men you can take.
No. Many Men is also one of his highlighted songs in there. It's definitely one of those albums that if you're looking to just cruise around with some friends, did go dancing, or if you guys dance at your house or whatever, or if you're just looking to get pumped up or even do a good workout with them, this is one of the albums I would recommend. The whole thing is an hour long, so if you just work out for that hour, you can listen to the entire album and be done. You'll go home and do whatever you want, listen to another of his albums or whatever. Either way, it's one of those albums that literally defined a generation for about 5 years, because there was almost no kids in high school who weren't listening to this guy. Like, even after we had graduated, people were still listening to this guy. But he's just one of those. I don't want to call him timeless, but I don't ever see him not staying as relevant as other artists.
Well, it's just because of I think how the whole rap game changes and things like that. Everything, but that's a different kind of conversation. But I'll say for this album back in 2003, it at least for the hip hop genre is one of the best that came out for them, and that's because it still holds it's still influenced by early 80s and 90s rap and hip hop.
Oh yeah.
And so he had great lyricism and use of beats and things like that, which that generation is known for. Mm-hmm. But that's all I really have to say about it, because
it's one of the first albums that had a collaboration with Eminem. He was still
Eminem.
And he was mostly doing collabs at the time.
Yeah, but this also Eminem is the one that brought 50 Cent to the spotlight. Mm-hmm. Eminem produced all of his shit.
Yeah. Same way as Dre did to him.
Yeah.
It's like a pyramid scheme.
Kind of is.
But a good one, because, he obviously did well.
Wouldn't that be considered paying it forward than the pyramid scheme?
There you go, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a better term. But
so if Eminem sees something special in you, damn well know there's something special about you, because say what you want, M is the GOAT.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it comes to rap.
Mm-hmm.
It's
he
hard.
Is the rap god after all.
It's hard to find good rap artists nowadays, especially some of the weird songs that be out.
Oh my god!
And all the mumble shit that they do.
It's they literally are saying gibberish.
And
And
the auto-tune.
the auto-tune. Can't forget about that.
Well, auto-tune.
That's a hit. That's the number one hit right there, Omarr.
Yeah, I know. I should become a rapper now.
Auto-tune.
And I don't need auto-tune either.
Well,
Let me just drop a beat behind it.
Well, auto-tune doesn't
Double
make you
R-O.
a good singer at all. It does.
I mean, my rapper name is the Big O.
There you go. Just goes to show you that some things never go out of style. But that's my pick. I don't know if you guys. I know Jen has listened to it, and Matt, I know if you've heard his songs, but I feel like that's one of the few rappers that I think a lot of people will find something in their list that you'll like.
Well, I appreciate rap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest listener of it, but I do appreciate it, and there are rap artists that I do like, but with that genre, it is relatable. Just as relatable as metal and emo can be. Just depends on your environment and what you grow up with. And so, having that music from back in that time, it does make it special for people, especially the kind of music that's playing on radio today.
Yeah.
You can call that music?
I know, for real.
That should legally not be called music.
But it is.
I mean, to each his own, but I feel like we're at that age where we're are so disassociated from today's music, that we feel like our parents or grandparents are I don't understand the stuff you kids listen to nowadays.
That's exactly what we're
You and that damn ramble rap music.
No, we're just.
Bitch.
We've been around long enough to know, be selective about what we listen to.
Yeah.
And then I was also in band, so I kind of got a deeper appreciation for music in general. So, I mean, I'm not a very good musician or a musician at all, but I can still understand the intricacies of it. And that auto-tune stuff, whatever, all that studio editing shit. No.
Well, like I said, autotune doesn't make you like a good singer. You have to like practice and get good at it.
Tell that to the people out there using it all the time.
Yeah, I will say this: the reason why autotune and all that stuff is because some people don't have the face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, for advertising.
But,
Because
like-
I've known good artists. But they don't have the image,
Like the
and nobody knows that they actually, can sing.
Well, the thing about autotune, like what it does, it helps clean things up.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the talent to sing or the skills to do it, it doesn't matter how much autotune you use, it will not work.
Yeah.
So it's very much like there was like
It has its limits.
It has its limits, and there's like a whole YouTube video on it of like a sound engineer going over how autotune works. So and he used T-Pain as a great example.
Dude, T-Pain is an oddly good singer. Like the guy has pipes.
You take away the auto,
T-Pain?
you take away the autotune that he likes to use. He's still a good singer.
Yeah, but I mean that's again to each their own. Definitely check him out. I mean you can find him on Spotify now. I'm sure everybody listening to this episode has heard at least one of his songs, even if you don't know the name of the song.
Oh, I'm sure I have listened to it. I just don't know him.
Exactly,
by name.
yeah.
Like I know of 50 Cent, I just don't know his. Crap
Exactly.
by
See,
name.
you may not know him, but you know of him. That's just how popular. He was.
His real name is Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Curtis.
that I know.
Curtis Jackson.
He has
Did
a
his
few
songs-
video games.
Yes.
I was gonna say, did his song come out in Need for Speed Underground?
Yes.
Which one?
Yes. That was. Oh my goodness.
Was it the to the windows to the wall?
No, that's another.
No, that's Little John.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Little John.
see, I don't know this shit.
I think.
That's a great
I
song.
feel like it was
I know.
probably his like in the club song.
I think it was in the club. Yeah.
That's like his most popular one.
Yeah. That is one of his most.
Or
popular.
Lollipop.
No, it definitely wasn't Lollipop. That was not a Need for Speed.
Who
That-
sang "Turn Down" for what?
That's Lil Jon.
Yeah,
That's Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
But definitely check him out, guys. I think you'll like him. If not, again, to each his own. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Next.
As I look around the table, Jen.
Going this way then? Okay.
Counterclockwise. Wait, is that clockwise or is that counterclockwise? That's clockwise.
Counter.
See what I mean by direction?
It-
Oh, yeah.
From Matt's perspective, it's counter.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Counter.
Well,
Which way is it?
the album that I selected that I liked, I wanted to get something different, and I mean I went language. I'm pretty language barrier, but it's in Spanish and it's called Pies Descalzos by Shakira.
Shakira.
Yeah.
This was before that.
The girl
No,
whose
it
hips
was-
Don't lie.
It was before
It was her first album, right?
No, actually no. She's been writing songs since she was 8 years old.
I believe
And
that.
she
I
made.
did not know that.
You didn't know that? Okay, so she, prior to Pies Descalzos, she had tried to release 2 albums before that, when she was younger, like in her teens. And this was, what was it called? Magia and Peligro were 2 of the prior to that. But they didn't do so well. Yeah, because she's
It
still young
happens,
and,
yeah.
but she's,
Didn't discourage
yeah.
her.
No,
So-
that's me.
So she took a break. Actually, she took a break from singing and music and graduated high school. Like she did all her, for 2 years. Like she just went and finished high school and then
nice.
came back to it. And it was then when Pies Descalzos was released.
So she was like what, 18?
She was 18 years old
Wow.
when this was released, and this was in October. It came out October 6th of '95.
Oh damn.
Yeah, she worked on this album actually like a year or so, from '94 to '95. She worked on her songs, and I like this album because I could really relate, because back then, she knows how to play the guitar and drums, and she used to. It was, I guess you can call her kind of like, it's like pop rock alternative, in Spanish, and she just plays with a lot of sounds, which I thought was amazing. And just for like her age, like she wrote down a lot of good music, a lot of good lyrics, and she even wrote a song about abortion.
Oh.
And
I was not
yes,
aware of that.
Se quiere se mata is one of the songs.
That's what that is.
That's,
that song is
that's
about.
what it's about a girl getting pregnant too
Damn.
young, and so she has an abortion, and she just touched on
That's
big
great.
stuff like that. Falling in love for the first time, like everything that has to do with growing up.
Well, yeah. I mean, she herself has
Yes.
probably experienced
Well, I mean-
some stuff.
And like,
Ooh, it
it's
makes me
just-
wonder if that song.
I
has
know.
any
I
ties
wonder
to
if
her.
there was any relation
Maybe not her personally, but maybe like a
She
friend
knows
or
or
somebody,
someone.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like the lyrics are very if you listen to it, like they're very
They sound
deep.
personal.
Like,
Yeah,
from what
very
it-
like very, and that's why I like this album so much because this Shakira is her authentic self,
Mhm.
and that's why I like it so much.
It's
Because-
not the whole glam and glitz thing. that
No,
we
it's
see
not.
nowadays.
I don't. I mean, I'm not saying that her music now is bad, but I'm just saying that I prefer when she had her guitar, when she actually
She sold
Maybe not.
No, no, no.
Well, no, I mean, whatever her thing was, this is what launched her internationally.
Kind of like how Lady Gaga did that one album that was dedicated to her grandma. That there was no glam or glitz or anything. It was
No.
just pure her.
Yes, and that's the stuff that I appreciate by
Same
the artist.
thing with Katie. She
Yes.
had an acoustic EP album
Yeah.
before she became big.
Yeah, and it did so well. Like they didn't this was her last shot basically. So it did so well that she went international and she started. And I'm not saying her current stuff isn't good. This is I feel like I know her more through this album than I do any other album.
It's kind of
that
like
she has.
a music diary, you
Yes.
could say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's why I liked it so much.
Yeah.
Well,
I could relate about falling in love for the first time and all this stuff.
Right.
And just it touched on a lot of subjects that I'm like, oh my god, I've known of someone, not me personally doing something, but I've known of someone in that
Basically,
situation.
a lot of the troubles and situations that a typical high school person goes
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Well, from my perspective, because I did listen to it, like musically, I thought it was really interesting. It's a good out. That alone makes it good. But because of the language barrier, it makes it hard to relate to it emotionally and truly understand.
Did she re-release it in English? Some artists do that.
I don't know, but I would be thrilled if she did.
That'd be
because
cool.
I feel like it would touch more.
Elvis used to
Yeah,
do
but,
his songs in 5 different languages.
Yeah.
The messages might be lost in translation.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
That
true.
But
happens,
Matt,
too.
if you go on Genius
Mhm.
and follow the lyrics, you know how they have if you click on a certain stanza of the lyric, they have notes.
A literal translation.
Yes.
They have translations, but they also have notes as to what the meaning of what the lyric is saying.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
That's cool.
certain phrases in Spanish don't
Yeah.
translate.
No,
well.
they don't.
Yeah.
Pies descalzos is bare feet. That's
But-
what it is. Bare feet.
But also, what she does now, I think what most people just do is listen to what's on the radio. That's why I don't like radio music, is because Beyonce said it best. She said that most of 90% of the people that listen to the radio, they listen to only the singles that are meant for radio. They don't really listen to full bodies of work by
Listening ladies?
by individual artists. So therefore, if you go and you pick an album from whomever, it can be a pop artist and they can have some really meaningful music. It's just not the big hit.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
They can still be a great artist, write a great song, and you can relate to it, but you gotta find it on an album.
Yeah. Plus, radio stations nowadays literally play the same 5 songs,
Mhm.
and I've done a test where I will mark the song when I turn it on, and then an hour later it'll play again. It's literally the same
It's like
5
clockwork.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
top songs on repeat. That's all it is.
So that's why I hate radio.
Well, it's
music.
done by
I
design.
don't really
It's
listen
done
to
by
the radio
design
anymore.
because
Same
when you're in the
reason.
top 40, I think they
Mhm.
have to cycle your songs, and since not everybody's listening at the same time, that's the design that they went for, which is a terrible design, but that's what they went for.
Yeah, and this album's only 41 minutes long.
Yeah, it's not
But-
a very long album.
No, it's not.
Compared to nowadays,
No.
it's an hour and a
But-
half.
but it's
a
impactful,
movie,
you know?
It's a full-length
And those
film nowadays.
41 minutes is very impactful. Just the music, the melody, all of that stuff. If you're okay with the language barrier, I suggest you check it out. It's really, I think, her best work.
Well, I think people should just listen to anything that gets a reaction out of them. You don't need to understand the lyrics. Does it help? Yes, because it helps you relate to it better.
I mean, shit, we listen to Rammstein.
Jen-
we don't,
That's
we don't-
true.
We don't
Jen
understand
be hearing
German.
me listen to Asian, Japanese and Asian songs all the time.
Baby metal.
No, freaking theme songs from animes.
Yeah, well, obviously,
Dude,
yeah.
there's this Japanese hardcore band. I don't remember.
I know who you're talking
I
about.
can't pronounce the name,
Uh-huh.
but they are a true blue hardcore band, straight from Japan, and it's some of the best hardcore music I've ever heard.
What band?
Like Omarr, I've been listening.
I can describe the music video. In the music video, they're in a white room, and then like, but also it goes to like a live stage, and like, but when they're like in the white room, like the heads are like popping out of different parts on the bodies of the artists.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about. I forget the name. Though.
I just
But
don't know their name.
But I remember I've been listening to Rebreak like religiously.
Yeah, I've noticed. But listen to Bandmade. It's a
I think I have.
Japanese band composed of all women.
Yeah, I think I have heard.
And the freaking guitarist and the drummer, they fucking shred.
There's one song I've heard of them, and it starts really soft and really slow, and then all of a sudden it's like crazy fast.
Yeah, I can't come up with any of the names and like for their songs.
Even if you did, I don't think you'd be able to.
No, a lot of there's some of them that are in English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
wait, Omarr, is this that one band where it's like the lead singer has like cat ears on or something and a black top? Like they play it all the time on fucking Instagram.
No. That's something else. No, Bandmade is literally, I think it's a 6-piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're all dressed
As
in maid
maids.
outfits.
Yeah, they're dressed as maids.
Because like
Yeah.
I don't know,
But
like
they
do
average
very
Google
nice
likes to
choreography
target
dance.
things
But-
at you.
No, they don't do choreography. They just rock out. They're fucking amazing.
No, they some of their videos have them dancing.
No, I've not the videos I've seen, but
Oh,
I've
okay.
only seen a few of them. But their songs are really fucking good.
No, yeah, they're pretty good.
I just find it really funny. You get like these tiny little Asian girls, and they get like fucking demon voices coming out of them. It's
Yeah.
like, how do you produce that? You're
Oh,
so small.
I know the band that you're talking about. I've seen that before, but I can't pronounce their name either.
Yeah.
It starts with an H or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, Shakira's album is. I mean, Shakira alone is a good artist. So.
Yeah, she's got the voice.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny tidbit.
And the
I-
hips, because
funny
they don't
tidbit,
lie.
And I think this is kind of common knowledge nowadays. But her Catholic teacher or high school teacher actually told her she didn't have the voice to become a singer. She said she sounded like a goat.
Yes.
Boy, did she prove her wrong.
She's like, "Hold my
"Try
beer."
me." Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ruin this guy's
Hold my
whole
beer.
career.
Dude, I hope.
Hold my holy wine.
I hope she went with her album because I think it went platinum, and just like threw it at the teacher when it finally hit.
It didn't go myrrh or double myrrh.
All right, who's next?
Layne.
She's been quiet all session.
Yeah,
Just listening to you guys.
you get to talk now
Oh, okay.
and throw us with your voice
Oh,
and
man, I'm so sorry.
spin us a tale of awesomeness.
Well, it was really hard for me to pick an album. I made 5 different choices. And I
Damn.
was still trying
Oh,
to,
trust me,
like,
You should do all 5. Man.
narrow it down.
I
Well, we'll do this segment again at some point in time, so
Yeah.
there's no rush to pick just
we,
one.
We need to do more of Matt's music segments. We haven't done some.
We
in a
do
while.
need to do another comparing covers. There's a shit ton of covers
Yes,
out
especially
there.
now that we have Layne and Jen.
So I decided to go in a completely different direction than I think everybody would have thought I would.
I like that we all did that. We did a complete because we were trying to. I'm pretty sure we were all thinking like, oh, he's gonna go with this album. He's gonna. With
Yeah,
that.
we know
We
each
all
other
went
so
a-
well that I was like, I need to go somewhere different.
Yeah.
We went way on the other side. That's good though, but that just shows our appreciation for music
our range and.
and our range. Yeah, we're not just one note.
All right, Layne.
Yeah. So
Blow us away.
I actually picked Alanis Morissette's "Jagged Little Pill."
Oh, that's pretty.
You know,
funny.
I actually see you listening to Alanis.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was like that album came out in 1995, so gosh, we were what, second grade?
Like
Third
4
grade?
years
Yeah.
old, 5.
Yeah, we were like tiny people.
I can see
And
Layne
even
just
in-
like walking to school, listening to her.
It's like rain.
Wait, I was probably 8 because I was born in '87.
And it was like one of those albums that like I listened to, but I didn't like appreciate the lyrics of it until I was older, and then I was like really could relate to a lot of the songs. And before she did this album, she did like 2 pop albums. So she was like
I
a,
could- I could
a
see- I could
Canadian
see
like
that.
pop singer, and
I forget she's
then
Canadian.
she got robbed at gunpoint.
Oh,
She had
shit.
like a mental breakdown. Like she like pretty much was like scared to leave her house, and
Wow.
pretty
I
much
didn't know
that
blame her.
all of that happened, and then she wrote like this album. Also, like, you know, she was going through like a big breakup, and it's a complete like turn from what she had done prior. So then she did like an alternative grunge sound.
Oh, nice.
And this album had like 6 singles that
Nice.
like
What the?
yeah, that's a lot for one album to have
Yeah,
6 singles.
They usually
It's
have
like
3.
And they
Shakira's
were-
had 6 too.
And
Yeah,
they were
it's
in
a
the
lot.
top, and they
Yeah.
were in the
Same
top
album.
40.
It's a lot. So I mean, that's a lot
That's
of
impressive,
singles.
Yes.
And a lot of the stuff like what she wrote about at the time in like 1995 was not really what like the music industry was really accepting, and she was very like straightforward and weird with like her lyrics. And one of the songs she wrote,
Her music videos were also a bit of a trip.
You don't
sometimes.
understand, Mom.
All I remember is that one video where she's driving in the car and there's like 3 different versions of her.
That one, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a good one.
That was a good one.
yeah.
Because my older sister Annette used to listen to Alanis Morissette, and I remember like a few of her songs.
Yeah.
I remember that music video from Beavis and Butthead.
That's right. I forgot it was on that.
Don't quote me, but I think she had a song in the soundtrack of City of Angels.
She did.
She did, right?
The
Yeah, I
Nicolas
knew
Cage
it.
movie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
She was God in Dogma.
Oh, that's
Right.
Oh, man. Nate just blew us all away.
Yep.
Hey, we told her to.
Yeah. So like that was just like one album that like I don't know, like one day I like put it on and then like it just clicked and I was like, holy fuck, this album is amazing, and like
What's it?
every fucking song on it is good. It's Jagged Little Pill.
Jagged Little
Jagged Little
Pill.
Pill.
Yeah, it got her like a lot of awards. It was like the first time like a Canadian singer had like won awards. Their album had charted like did so well, so it was like a huge deal. And the interesting thing is she's just like, oh, the way I talk and the way I say things, I just put that in my song. So like her songs are very, when you listen to them, it's just like very straightforward, and you're just like, I don't know, I just really like it, and I really appreciate it now being like older and living life and experiencing shit like as an adult. Like I can relate to like the songs a lot more than when I was listening to it when I was like a teenager or whatever, just being like, life sucks because I'm 15, you know, like okay, you don't even know the definition of sucky life yet, so be quiet. So that's why I picked that, and I was like, I was gonna go for like instantly, like my brain when I thought of this, I was like, oh, Linkin Park Hybrid Theory. Like that was like the first fucking. I know everyone thought of that one, and I was like, that's
we
like
all thought of it.
the
actually.
most like predictable choice.
That
not
or
that it's-
Toxicity.
Yep, that was
Not
also my.
that it
That
was.
was,
Yeah,
Because
not that
originally
it's
I wanted to do it,
bad.
but I'm like, maybe Layne's gonna do something.
No, we all literally thought of that one. That's the one we went to. That's the go-to. That's the goat.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I was like, I'm not gonna pick that one because that's like the
Yes.
obvious choice.
Jen even said like you should send a message saying like nobody gets to pick Hybrid Theory because it's the one that like we would all probably
Yes.
pick.
that's the easiest cheat out.
It really is. Well, but that's how good it is.
Yeah.
It's true.
But no, that's a good choice, and she's still one of those pretty relevant artists. Like
Yes.
Yeah, like I was playing her at work, and my boss came in and he was just like, well, what are we listening to? And I was like, it's Jagged Little Pill. Like, what do you mean? And he was just like, you know, it's crazy that, like, this album did so well when she can't sing worth shit.
oh,
Damn.
And I was
What?
like,
did you throw him across the room?
I was like, well, you know, like, maybe she doesn't sound good to you, but I think she sounds great. And,
I think she sounds good. Yeah.
like, a voice doesn't define,
Yes.
like, an artist. Like, there's so many artists out there that sound like shit.
Yes.
Total hot garbage. But their lyrics are great.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they sing those lyrics and, like, the meaning they put behind them, we're just like, we don't give a shit that you
Yeah.
sound like a dying dog right now. Like, we fucking
But
love
some-
it, you
believe it or
know?
not-
That'll be
Like,
me.
Believe it or not, sometimes that adds to the like why it makes it good.
Because it's so
Yes.
raw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
And you
just-
can
it's-
feel the emotion.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
just nothing but pure emotion.
Exactly.
yeah.
Um,
And I feel like that's just how her voice sounds. It's not that it's bad. I think it's just very raw and it's different sounding.
I mean, if Kevin
Then-
Smith got her to be God, there must
then
be a
what?
reason.
Yeah, you know, it's not. like the normal female voices were like everyone was used to hearing, like you know.
Janis
like,
Joplin was like that too.
Yeah.
Back in the
was.
60s. Like she had a
Exactly.
very raw and raspy voice.
I was gonna say, don't they have like smoky voices
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Yes.
The raspy voice.
wouldn't say smoky, it's
I-
raspy.
yeah.
What were you gonna say, Jen?
Yeah, I've always liked the Lena's. I almost always appreciated it, and that's because Shakira has kind of a voice like that. Like it's like it's not a perfect voice.
It is pretty.
But
pitchy.
she conveys emotion to what
Yeah.
she's singing. You know.
Yeah, and that the conveyance of emotion in your vocals and your words trumps like technique
Yeah.
anytime.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
you can feel like one of the things that I was talking to my friend about when we were discussing music is when we're listening to the singer and there's certain times when their voice cracks because there's like so much emotion in it.
Yes.
That's what we like. That's what I fucking love. 'Cause
Hell yeah.
that crackling voice
Yes.
is just the pureness
Yeah.
of the emotion that they're trying
You can
to.
hear the differences
Mhm.
when it changes the voice in
Yes.
Shakira and Alanis, and that's what we appreciate, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids these
They don't
days
have
will
to be.
never-
They don't have
They-
to be
no.
pitch perfect.
They'll
No.
never get it. I feel
Where's
so
the-
bad
like,
for
there's-
them.
I think there's a saying that like there's
You do. I feel sad for them.
She did FML before you even knew they came up with that term.
I think there's a saying from the Far East that there's beauty in the imperfect or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's beauty in our imperfections.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever get to listen.
Protest the Hero says that.
Thrice says that.
Ah.
But protest says they say there's beauty in destruction when it's done with our hands. That's what protest says.
Wow. What were you gonna say, Jen?
It's like if you ever get a chance, listen to that album. Because I'm going to go home and do that myself.
Jen was actually gonna go with her too, Layne, until you mentioned
Yes.
it on the chat, and she's
So
like,
it's
"Oh,
like-
I gotta pick somebody
Yes.
else."
No.
Sorry.
And no, but like there's another song that I do like, and it's not in that album. It's in the City of Angels one, and it's called Uninvited. You can really hear her vocals there because it's very like it's just like really instrumental.
That's the one where she dies, right? That they.
No. It's like you can hear the pain of it. Sounds like about losing someone.
Yeah, that's the
You
one
can-
where the girl in the movie.
No,
dies.
but it's not in the movie. It's like in the credits.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That,
So
yeah, 'cause she
you
dies.
gotta you gotta listen to it. It's called
I mean,
Uninvited.
City of Angels is a whole romance about gaining and losing.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess it's you, Matt.
No,
It's Omar. Matt wants to go.
Yeah, I know. So, as like with Layne, I've had trouble picking an album because
Sophie's choice.
Yeah, I know. Because, like I said, I was gonna go with Hybrid Theory, Linkin Park. But I'm like, no, that's too easy. Then I was thinking about
Yes.
Toxicity. Like, no, that's not.
Fucking
That's too
called
easy.
Yeah.
And
Sing
then,
the Sorrow, AFI, Exile
yeah,
in
I was gonna-
Oblivion.
I was gonna go with
I was-
that one too.
yeah, I was gonna go with AFI, Sing the Sorrow.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
that
true.
is an amazing album. I was gonna go with Strung Out, Exile in Oblivion.
Fucking called it.
Then I was thinking, like, no, wait, what about something a little bit more from high school, like Thrice's Artist in the Ambulance? I'm like, no. I was thinking about Census Fail, because my favorite album is Still Searching, and Life is
Thought about
not
that
a-
one, too.
Yeah, Still Searching is so relevant to my life, and then Life is Not a Waiting Room, it's the same. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go more into the metal side of things, and I'm not gonna pick Trivium.
Even though he really wants to.
Yeah, because Shogun would have been. Yeah, no, but the band that I picked,
Well, you got Shogun, you got
the Ascendancy,
Crusade.
the Crusade. No, the Crusade wasn't as great. 'Cause
Shut up, it's great.
Shogun was good. It was
Ascendancy and the Court of the Dragon.
Court of the Dragon,
all their
yes.
shit is
Yeah.
great. So
Actually, Court of the Dragon was pretty good.
Yeah. But the band that I went with was Camelot.
Oh yeah, you mentioned them on the chat.
Yeah, and the album that I picked was their first album that I listened to from them. Is called The Black Halo, which is actually a concept album, two-part concept album
Oh.
that is based off the tragic play of Faust.
Oh, look at that.
Huh.
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
It's
No,
a
not
an
while I
op-
was
it's a
listening
rock,
to it.
Circle.
it's a rock opera.
Metal.
Metal opera.
Yeah.
Malopera.
So, the first part of the first half of the concept art album is called Epica, so it was the album before it. I was listening to that the other day. I'm like, it doesn't hit me as much because it was probably only 3 or 4 tracks I actually did like in the Epica.
Mm-hmm.
But the Black Halo, that's the follow up and the second part of the ending, it was beautiful. It's dark. You could feel the music, the sorrow, because the Tragic of Faust is basically a doctor who is trying to gain knowledge in order to save his dying wife. So he makes a deal with the devil. The devil in the story is Mephistopheles.
What a fucking overplayed story.
I know. Mephisto, I guess you could call him
Yeah,
for
Mephisto.
short. Mephistopheles. He makes a deal with God, saying that he he will be able to corrupt his favorite person, his favorite human at the time, and that was Faust. Faust was trying to, again, gain knowledge, but he wants to use it for good. He does end up getting corrupted, but then he comes to his senses and he breaks everything. Like he goes to the right path again. The thing is about this concept album, The Black Halo and Epica, is it's actually, it's a concept album, but at the end of the album that you listen to, it's a play. It's a play based on the play. So the lead singer, Roy Khan, he is taking the role of Ariel, who is Faust in this situation, and he's trying to bring back or reunite with Helena, his wife. Mephisto is obviously the antagonist. But the songs range from like deep, heavy hitting to soft, sorrowful, like love melodies kind of thing. Plus, there's a couple interludes, kind of like scene transitions, you could say. But I think like my favorite song on this track is called "The Black Halo," their self-titled or the name track song. It just
It's not When the Moon Calls or whatever that song is.
no Moonlight.
Yeah, that's what it was.
No,
There's wolves howling, and I was like, "Oh, Omar's going like this one."
No. Right. I do like what you call it? When the Lights Are Down, which is the second track, but because it starts with the song or the album starts with a heavy marching kind of Mephisto, like basically claiming victory over Ariel.
Sound like dwarves going to war.
Basically. But then when the lights are down, it's kind of like him is the main character, like getting the power that he needs to fucking like fight back.
Well, the only reason why I said it sounds like dwarves going to war because of like the way the like.
Hi-ho.
Not that. It's like more like grunting, and then it's just like I swore I heard hammers hitting anvils and stuff. I'm like fucking doors, man.
Are you sure you weren't listening to Rhapsody of Fire?
I'm pretty sure.
Because they do a lot of like fantasy epic albums. I mean, freaking Christopher Lee was doing vocals for that band. The Christopher Lee.
I know, but
you know he has a metal album, right? Or like two of them.
Yeah, he does. It's crazy.
One of them is the Christmas album.
Yeah.
What?
Sir Christopher Lee. Yeah.
Dang, there's so much things I need to look at.
Yeah. Ian McKellen has an album too.
I believe that.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. These like very debonair, sophisticated men rocking out. It's cool.
So my favorite song is The Black Halo, but I think that this album, like, it really hits its pinnacle towards like the end, which is the song Memento Mori, which it starts off like a little bit slow, kind of like a little soft, but it raises up because it's the climax of the battle of the story. So obviously it's gonna be like the pinnacle of it. It comes in soft, hits you hard, and then it slows down and takes you back into the outro of the full play concept of the story.
Interesting, yeah.
well, when I listened to it, I thought two things. A, this is like a great starter band, at least this album, if you want to get people into power metal. That was my first thought, because it is a power metal band.
It's not like they're not considered power metal though.
But
they're like symphonic,
all the tropes
almost,
are
right?
there.
Yeah, they're more symphonic than anything.
Yes.
Power metal is a lot more heavy guitars.
Yeah, like Dragon
and
Force and
Right.
faster
But
drums.
Yeah, very.
But also kind of like, I mean, the reason why I compare it to power metal, it reminded me a lot of like Celtic Frost, Dream Theater, Iced Earth, things like that.
No, but if you want power metal, you gotta listen to Halloween or Gamma Ray.
Right.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting you picked that album, Omar. One album that's actually pretty reminiscent to one that when you mentioned that one, my first thought was Muse's album Uprising. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah.
They share similar aspects of the songs, where you have your softer, more melodic songs, and then you have your very fast, very hard, and then you even have some like symphonic ones where they go like orchestral and completely crazy,
full
and
on
then
epics.
and then they slow it down, and then they bring it up one last time like an opera, like a play. So yeah, I mean, I haven't listened to the album, but the fact that the way you described it, it immediately made me think of that. The two aspects sharing the similar tone, I guess you can say.
And what I like too is that Camelot usually does bring in a lot of guest vocals from other bands,
Nice.
and especially the female vocals.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, like the song Abandoned was probably my favorite song off of that album. And it's like a kind of like, the dude, it sounded like he lost his wife or something.
Well,
and
it's
then
the
like,
story, yeah.
Yeah,
but then like she was like replaced with like a with a counterfeit.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
That's exactly what
So
happened.
like,
You see how music actually takes you where it needs you to, where it needs
as
to
I
go?
was listening to the song, like I could
That's the
like
beauty of
the imageries just started forming in my
Oh, yeah.
head of how it would play out. I'm like,
Well,
but I mean overall it is a good album. But for me personally, there was like a couple times where I was like, we're on the next track already, because like, it did
They
kind
flow,
of,
yeah. They
well,
flow,
it
yeah.
sound, like it kind of sound like a couple of tracks were like identical. That's what I mean.
But that's the whole point of the concept album,
Yeah.
though, because it's telling a story. There's all the tracks are supposed to flow into, and they're supposed
Yeah.
to tell the same story, and they may sound similar. They have different, or they have the same musical cues. They follow the
okay.
same pattern, but they have different time signatures, different like methods, different
Yeah,
melodies.
like the speed of the song, or even the tone of the song, even the way they do their vocals in certain songs. Yeah, that
Well,
changed.
I was also probably driving, so I was.
It's hard to really appreciate it.
My attention is probably split.
Yeah.
I was on my
Yes.
way to get a haircut.
yes.
Yeah, but the other album that I was trying to choose between from Camelot is one called Haven. It's with their their more recent and the current voice frontman, because Roy Khan is the vocals from this era
Okay.
of Camelot, and he left at the end of 2011, I think, somewhere around there, and then he got replaced by someone by Tommy. I can't even pronounce his name. His last name Karavic.
Hillfinger.
No. Tommy Karavic, I think it's pronounced. But they have different vocal ranges, because Roy Khan is very operatic, because I think he's classically trained.
Oh.
But Tommy, he shares similar vocal ranges, like tones, but he still has the animation that solidifies or like differentiates himself from Roy. And you could tell the two different eras of Camelot, but they're still so fucking good. It's not like when you listen to a band and their frontman changes and it's not the same anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's like the band evolved. Like Roy Khan passed the torch to someone like a suitable replacement, suitable predecessor,
Took the mantle.
successor. Yes.
Nice.
And Haven was a really good one because they, it's more not industrial, but it's more modern in their stories, because it deals with more like modern issues. It's. I'm not. That's not the album that I'm talking about right now. But I just wanted to. That was. But that was one of my favorite albums with the new vocalist.
Nice. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. All right, Matt. Let's hear it. Let's hear your album about the Doors.
No, it's gonna be Lacuna Coil.
10 years ago, it would have been about the Doors.
No, 10 years ago it would have been about Lacuna Coil.
Okay, 15 years ago, it would have been about the Doors.
All right. So the album I picked was The Surface by Beartooth. And there's a lot to this album. And it's like a kind of like, I relate to it a lot because of the subject matter. And to explain that story, we'll kind of go back in time starting with Attack Attack. That's where Caleb came from. He was the keyboardist, and he was like 15, 16 years old when he joined his band. So, and the rest of the band was like 18 and older. So there was a lot of shit happening behind the scenes with Attack Attack, as in they emotionally and mentally abused him. Like,
jeez.
Yeah, and they fuck. The reason why he left Attack Attack is because he was clinically depressed. Like, and it got super bad, and he started writing Beartooth stuff in Attack Attack. And they were pretty much telling me, you ain't going to be shit. You'll never be successful without us. This, that, and the other thing. And it just got so bad, he became an alcoholic.
Damn.
And so this album is about him finally, this is him after being sober for like a year or so.
Overcoming his,
yeah. Well, he already overcame it. So it has to do with his drinking and him being sober and him finding happiness. Like the first song, which is called "The Surface," like in the lyrics, like what that song is specifically about is finally being able to like accept yourself for who you are and be open about what you are. And like I got Jen to listen to this album, and then it started with a song. What was the song again?
It starts with one thing.
Oh yeah, Look the Other Way.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a metalcore band, by the way, and it starts off pretty aggressive,
Yes.
and
It
a lot of the
It's a
songs
metalcore band, by the way.
and the songs are pretty upbeat and they're fast paced. Look the Other Way is a slow, sad
Yes.
song, and
Yes.
Jen messages me, "Damn it, Matt." I was like, "What'd I do?" And she's like, "That song made me cry."
It did.
And
I'm not lying, it did. And I'm just like listening to his emotions. Damn it, man, you had to go.
it's such an emotional song, and the whole reason being is because it's a message to his wife. Because in the previous song before that, which was called "What's Killing You,"
That was good too. I like that one.
what that song is about, it's something that his wife said to him. She said, "I don't," because the lines are, "I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. Seeing what's killing you, the thing that's killing you is killing me."
Yes.
And that is something.
It's very strong.
She said to him, she was pretty much telling him, I understand what you're going through, but this alcoholic path of self-destruction, I don't know if I can deal with it anymore. And so that's why he really wrote the song and put it after that song, "Look the Other Way," is because it's about it says that I'm picking up the pieces, please look the other way. That's the main chorus of the song. And so it's just about him trying, fixing himself and all that good stuff. I mean, it's really hard for me to pick a favorite song, but I think the song that really I appreciate the most is "Might Love Myself." Because I'm pretty sure that all of us, or we know some people that don't feel like they're worth it and things like that. This song tells you that's okay to love yourself.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's such a positive message. The whole album is.
Yes.
And people think metal is nothing but devil worshipping and Satan and goats and shit.
Yeah, for the record, metal is some of the most uplifting music you'll ever listen to. Is insane.
Not to mention the metal community is a one big fucking family.
They really are. They're very nice.
Yeah, but I've had issues that relate to this album, and I've overcame them. And when I'm having a hard day, because we all have hard days, I do put on "Might Love Myself," and I just instantly feel better. But another song I really like is "Doubt Me," because I think it has to do with Attack. Because because
that makes sense.
I know for a fact that he released a song called "Loser," and that's definitely about Attack. He hates them for obvious reasons, but in the lyrics of "Doubt Me," he opens up with, "I've been used by the useless," and then in the chorus he goes, "You'll learn to fucking doubt me."
Nice.
And so that's why I think it has to do with Attack or anybody out there that has doubted him in the past. And every time, I've seen Beartooth twice live so far, and this is such a huge moment for Caleb.
Good for him.
Yeah, he talks about it during his live sets about his message is if I can do it, you guys can do it.
Yes.
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
And the last time I saw him was at Soma, and he said to the crowd, they said we fucking couldn't do it, we couldn't sell out shows. This was the second sellout show. The first time was with Trivium.
Obviously.
Yeah. Well, Trivium does sell out, but when
As in tickets, not anything else.
yeah, but when Beartooth took the stage before Trivium on that night, the crowd just went fucking insane. And then we got Trivium, which was fucking awesome because everybody loves Trivium.
It's Children was a cherry on the top, but
Yes.
the fucking Beartooth was like the full fucking icing and the chocolate sprinkles.
The,
and all that
the
shit.
smorgasbord.
Mhm.
And it's just like the performance capabilities of Caleb. But while we're at Soma, he said one day we're not going to be playing here anymore. We're going to sell out that fucking place. Talking about Sports Arena.
It will always be Sports Arena to us, not whatever the hell it's called right
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called now,
Wait,
but it's
I don't
always going to be
either.
Sports Arena.
Yeah.
But Sports Arena is a huge fucking venue.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
And,
30,000, I think you can have.
Yeah.
That was the first time I went to a concert, and that was System of a Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Caleb and his
Wait, you went to that concert, Layne?
Yeah, we went to that concert together. And fucking Mars Volta opened for them, and we were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Mars, and then Badass
Oh my
Trips.
god,
The
Yeah.
Mars Volta.
the
Yeah.
and then the other band was Badass Trip, the fucking
I had a
frontman.
boyfriend that loved them,
Oh, I have a
dude.
friend that loves
Yeah,
them.
no,
so
and then
yeah.
Badass Trip, the frontman was fucking humping a goddamn toy doll or something, toy baby doll.
Serious?
fucking
Yeah.
weirdos.
Well,
It was-
it was dry humping, but it was
Weird.
It's still weird.
yeah, no.
And then
I
the
just
lead
remember-
singer of Mars Volta was like on the floor, just like rolling around, screaming at the
Yeah,
top
there,
of his
there was
lungs.
no
and I said,
there was
"What?"
no rhyme or method to Mars
Interesting.
Volta. At least not live.
So he
Really?
was like a male version of Yoko Ono then.
It was very weird. Yeah.
No, they're.
No, but we
if you
we
listen
were
to
there.
them, it's like.
Interesting. I've never heard that, so I don't know.
Don't
I
waste your
have.
time.
And
Don't-
the first time I listened to it, I was like, okay. I didn't even know. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know what to say.
Fucking
Huh.
Mars Volta. But yeah, we all
Interesting.
went to that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caesar was there. I went with my sister and my cousin,
Yeah. Jaren was there. We were all there.
Oh, well.
but we were on the opposite side of the stadium, unfortunately.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. We were on
This
opposite
goes to show you
sides.
folks how far we go back.
I know.
Yeah.
Right? This was back in 06, 05, 06.
Oh,
Oh,
five.
6, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was the year
Wow.
we graduated.
Yeah, because
No,
I was
5 is the year we graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause,
Wasn't it the year
I was-
we graduated?
Yeah, I was
the
working
year
at
that
SeaWorld at the
concert?
time because I had just gotten off SeaWorld, so it was between 05 and 06, like the summer of 05.
The summer
Yeah,
of
we had
45.
just
We
graduated.
had just graduated.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Them two.
Yeah.
The rest of
The,
us right here are
grown, the
06.
grown-ups of the
The
group.
05ers.
Ooh,
Says the
that's
biggest
fancy.
child in this fucking group.
06ers, yeah.
Age before beauty.
What?
I'm young at
Please,
heart.
before beauty.
But, yeah.
Like,
That definitely sounds like an interesting album. I'm going to give it a full listen now.
like,
Yes.
there's a lot of relatable songs.
There is.
I mean, like, for me, like, it has to do with, like, because I overcame alcoholism. And, like, I know all those feelings of self-doubt,
Yes.
hatred, not being worth anything. And a lot of metal music, it talks about adversity
It really does.
and overcoming it.
Yep.
But it's always like in such a depressing and aggressive manner. This is like Beartooth, like they put out where it's positive. That's the huge contrast right there. Because like I mean metalcore especially like it like you hardly hear anything like positive. I mean it's relatable and you like it does give you an outlet,
yeah.
but like but also like sharing a journey with someone like this,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yes.
and the impact is just that much more. So also like Sunshine is probably another really good song because like it starts off a little aggressive, but then they drop the music and go with the acoustic guitar, but it's still upbeat, and then make it aggressive, and also probably has the best breakdown on the whole album. And I'm a breakdown guy. I
Yeah, he
need
is.
my breakdowns.
He always talks about the breakdowns.
It doesn't
all the time.
it doesn't matter how shitty a song is. You put a good breakdown in there, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a good song.
What were you going to say, Jen?
Huh? No, like when I listen to it, Matt, like I could really sense the tone. And like I can really like through all the stuff, like his story. Like it started like, yes, it was shitty here, but like I found something to live for, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like I appreciate that
He
the
told
flow.
the story.
Yeah, and I also like the fact that it wasn't just screamo. It was a balance between the vocals and that.
Oh yeah, dude can sing. He just doesn't.
Yes, he does.
I mean, he
Very well.
He can scream and he screams
Right.
well, but I prefer his singing voice.
Dude, freaking.
I do. That's what I like best about him. He
Just
like
like
he
the-
has
the
really
lead singer
nice
from
vocals.
Disturbed, man. That man has
Yeah.
a beautiful voice.
Same with Slipknot.
Yeah, very
Oh,
nice voice.
yeah, his voice.
Such a
Corey
like,
Taylor.
Dude, I also like the Chester Benningtons.
Dude had
Davey
full-
Havok.
Matt from
Yeah.
Trivium.
Okay.
Davey Havok's voice is still one of my
Si-
favorites.
Since we keep going back to hybrid theory,
Keep naming off.
do
all
we
these.
do you guys just want to talk about it and like tell
Bonus
people
album?
why we
Collectively?
like why we
Hybrid
all
theory?
like it?
Why we like hybrid theory? Sure, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Do.
Okay. I don't know which one of us is the bigger fan, but I want to say it's Matt. Or
Layne.
Layne is challenging.
It's
Okay.
probably
Okay.
equal.
It might be. I
I'll
don't.
tell you.
I mean, we might be equally big.
Because the truth is, we all grew up with Linkin Park.
We
did.
We were in middle
yeah.
school when
Yes.
Hybrid Theory came out.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yes, we were.
And
it was
it-
totally middle school.
I mean, every song on that thing slaps. Paper cut.
So good.
In the end,
Yes.
even Mike Shinoda's little interlude.
Mhm.
yes.
All the rapping and the
Yes.
screaming.
Yes.
And, like
Yeah.
for their freshman
Yes.
album.
Yes. Plus the cover art. I mean, the cover
Yes.
art. You can't.
It's a fucking Gundam.
Exactly.
No,
It's actually a mech. It's
no,
actually,
that's the reanimation
Yeah.
album. But
Yes.
Linkin Park were fan of Gundam.
so.
That's Meteor.
Yeah.
Meteor. No.
What is it called?
Reanimation is-
Reanimation.
Reanimation.
Is the is just like remix
Remix,
tracks.
yeah. They gave
They
their-
remixed
The one
the
they
songs,
did
right?
with Jay Z.
With
Yeah.
Jay-Z. Yep. All right. So
Meteora is their second
going
album.
around
That's right. No, after the
I didn't
after
like it.
Hybrid
I didn't
Theory,
like it.
going around.
I
yeah, a lot of
went
people
into
didn't like
all of the
everything.
rest of the albums they had.
I mean, reanimation. Going around. What one song? Pick one song that is just like your favorite song of that
Hold
album.
on. Wait.
Does it have to be? Because I can't like.
Let me pull up all the songs because I can't remember anything.
I mean, it's been.
I mean,
a
they
bit,
made freaking AMVs of Dragon Ball and
Yes, they
Linkin
did.
Park all the time.
so many. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, One Step Closer, With You, Points of Authority, Crawling.
Obviously, in the end,
Yeah. I mean, it's
Running Away
Run Away.
by myself.
Cure
A
the
place
Itch.
for my head.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay.
Okay, since you guys are taking, mine that slaps since it's my favorite even to this day is the last one, which is Pushing Me Away. A lot of people will be like, no, it's in the end. Pushing Me Away is one of the best ways to end the album because just the way the lyrics are turning out and the way they keep constantly saying, pushing me away. It's like, even though they just literally brought you in with this awesome album, they still think they're not worth your time. They're not worth your time. Because the lyrics say, for trusting you and for loving you, at the end it says, pushing me away. It's just one of those songs that you're like, you could sense that they feel like I don't know how to put it, but that's definitely one of my favorite songs in the entire album. It's one of the songs that a lot of people don't really like, or they think is not as good
I
as
like
the
that
other one.
song.
But
Yeah.
I liked it. It was one of my favorites.
My favorite was I think it was like only on like the deluxe edition, but I really love that My December song.
Oh yeah,
I was wondering if you were gonna bring that up because I was like, that's when I realized what he could do, what Chester
Yeah.
Bennington, his mellow side of Chester. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what?
I mean, there's obviously like other songs, but like in terms of just like that
Yes.
whole album, and then that was like the last track, like on you
the
know.
actual last track.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual last
And
track.
the
I was
bonus
like,
track,
holy
bonus
They
shit.
had an
Yeah.
extended version. I was
Yeah.
wondering if people knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
And I'm like, because I'm like, man,
Plus-
I thought it was.
And then
really-
it had like 3 live tracks.
Plus,
which
have you
was,
heard the all
whatever,
piano track version of it?
but- Yes.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a good song.
Mhm.
Plus, I think that one was featured in Transformers. I think.
No.
No, that
The
was
one that-
like the...
No. Besides what I've done, I know it's what I've done, but I think that was one of the low key ones that was.
No,
featured in
it
one of the
wasn't My
films.
December. It was the other one that they released off of Minutes to Midnight.
I don't remember. Man,
I don't think they used any Hybrid Theory tracks for
They
them.
didn't? Nope.
No.
No, they used Meteora, bunch of Meteora shit.
Yeah, they did.
But anyways, this-
Shadow of the Day.
Shadow of the Day. It was Shadow of the Day. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you, man.
Look at you with your Google phone.
Spotify.
Finish your thought, Layne.
Oh, okay. So this album was. I remember I got my first CD player, and okay.
That would skip like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
The
I got
Sony
my
Walkmans.
my first CD player, and then a bunch of
Toshiba
like
for me.
CDs that my uncle had stolen out of someone's car. And he was
Go
like,
uncle.
he was like, hey, Layne, like, I got these CDs.
Yes.
Here's a CD player. Take the ones out of here you want. And so he kept, like, the Jimi Hendrix
Oh, of course
and
he
that
did, yeah.
shit. And then I was like, Hybrid Theory, Chocolate Covered Star, Limp Bizkit. I am like, so I took all of that, and I just remember, like, freshman year listening to Hybrid Theory every day walking to school.
I think we all did. If we had a CD
And
player.
I was so obsessed with that album that I never listened to another Linkin Park album after that because I didn't want them. I
get
didn't want to
ruined.
ruin the Hybrid Theory sound of them. That I never listened to any of their albums after, except for just the music the songs that played on the radio.
Yeah.
And they featured in movies. But I was just like, I can't. I was like, I just don't care. I think
Yes.
like the remixes album that they released was terrible. I hated them all. I hated it.
It wasn't that great. No.
No, it
it
wasn't
was
the best.
terrible.
Did you like JC's vocals?
No, I hate Jay-Z's vocals. I don't like Jay-Z as
Yeah, that wasn't good.
anything.
He always sounds like he's out
As
of breath
a-
when he's rapping.
Weird, creepy groomer. Like, let's just
Yes.
not get into that. But yeah, no. And so I just never listened to anything after Hybrid Theory. So I've never listened to any other Linkin Park album.
Wow. What's yours pick, Ray? What's your pick?
Crawling.
Of course.
Yeah,
Because that, no matter how many times I have to sing to that one. Like there's no like, it's very like I can relate to that song, a lot. Like I don't know. It just feels like I can get all my anxiety out when I'm singing, you know, because you hear all that, you know, in Chester Bennington's voice,
Yeah,
especially when he's
dude.
doing the scream part.
Like, I can imagine how
Like-
much blood he was coughing after that song.
And that's when I fully on like appreciated screamo, like you know, like the whole like, oh my god, I can be nuts in a music suite.
But they did it good.
Like, yeah.
They did screamo really well
Oh, it's a
because
new metal band.
Yeah.
even though he was screaming, his
Uh,
vocals
uh,
were almost
uh,
always clean.
This is a new metal album, but they refuse to be called a new metal band. That's why
Yes.
they changed their sound, like on the second album,
Yeah,
after
it's
the
a-
reanimation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new metal album, yeah, but they still have new metal influences.
Yeah.
Especially,
Yeah.
Either
But,
way, yeah. That's a good
Minutes to
song.
Midnight is a little bit more rock oriented, especially freaking.
Hybrid Theory?
No, their first song, Giving Up.
Giving up. Yeah. I don't know why.
Dude, fucking Bleed It Out is
Bleed It Out is a good one. too.
great
Yes.
song.
Yes, it is.
And
That's
the
a
only,
good one. Yeah, that's a good
Dude.
one. Like I said, I've listened to their popular songs, but
Yes.
I can't tell you any album I listened to start to finish.
You should at least give
Like
Minutes to
Hybrid.
Midnight a shot.
Yeah.
Minutes
I
to
don't know. I've
Minutes
been
to
on
Midnight
this
is
streak
okay.
for 24 years, 25 years. I don't know if I want to break it now.
Dude,
Right?
Peer pressure.
No More
Might
Sorrow
die on this
has
hill,
one
and
of
I'll
the
be fine.
best intros in music,
It really
like, in
does. Which
heavy
one?
music.
No More Sorrow.
No More Sorrow. The
Oh,
whole.
yeah. The freaking shotgun drums. Yeah.
And then the guitar coming on over that.
Back
just
to the
those
fucking,
fucking
album
chugs.
we're talking about. Stop getting off track. Fuck. Talking
No.
about Hybrid Theory,
All right, what's
fucker.
yours, Matt? What's yours?
Shit.
One step closer.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Very good one.
cause
I'm about to break right now.
Yeah. Well,
Break
my,
wind.
I'm about to break right now.
wind, that is.
well, my thing is that I've like, you know, I grew up listening to metal. Like, I got into metal because of my mom. Like,
Yeah.
my mom introduced me to fucking Van Halen.
Yeah, my mom.
And Def Leppard and shit like that, right? And then I discovered Metallica. And then the heavier it got, the better it got. And then, so, like One Step Closer was probably the heaviest song on that
Oh, yeah.
album. So that's what really drew me. Like, I did like Paper Cut. It was a cool opening song. But then the way just Chester takes off and screams.
Yeah, shut up when I'm talking to you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's some of like the best scream vocals you hear in the early 2000s.
To this day, dude.
They weren't forced. They were like, they were
Yeah.
clean.
It's all him, man. It's all him.
Well, yeah, I mean, Chester he's a great vocalist. And...
It's like this tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about
As I was saying earlier, it's funny how like the smallest people
It's like 5'7".
come out with like
voice.
some of the craziest voices. Like, another quick sidetrack, like the lead singer of Lorna Shore is a very small dude, and he's on fucking Demon Time. Like,
What was the fucking lead singer of Cradle of Filth?
Danny A. Filth?
yeah, Danny Phil.
I
He's
know
small
it's Filth,
too.
but I was like, I kept wanting to say David, and I'm like, it's not David.
Well, you were on the right track. It's still a D.
I was like, it's not David, but my brain wanted to say David.
Like, it's fucking crazy how like small people produce such big vocals.
Yeah, case in point right here.
Small things, big packages.
Yeah. I can be in the other room and I hear the kids. All I have to do is raise my voice one octave and they shut down and stop doing whatever they want. I've scared Jen's sister, like with raising my voice, and she's like, "What? Who was that?" And it's like it was Ed. He was calling me the kids. And I was like, "Oh my god."
I'm like so used to it. And I'm like,
Yeah. Shoot. I mean, I try not to use that voice, and I tell them like, you don't want the.
Don't make me use my Batman
Yeah,
voice.
don't make me use my Batman voice.
But,
meow.
I mean, aside from one step, the rest of the album is great.
No, yeah, but that song alone, yeah, you're right, man. It's like,
It's-
and then the metallic banging that they're doing as they're doing it.
And
then
but
just
also
like,
like Mike Shinoda, like
Dude, my shit. That guy's a
like
beast.
like the vocals he puts over it just helps bring it all together.
Hell yeah. Yeah, cause dude, if it sounds like he's not even singing, he's just talking. But the way his voice comes out in the mic, it sounds so good.
yes.
So good.
What did Omarr pick?
All right, Omarr, come on.
Omar's turn.
I was like, did we skip him?
No.
No, I'm
Okay.
picking the end. No, I'm kidding. No, in the end is too much of a giveaway. Like that is
Well,
one of
that's
my,
one of the default ones everybody
yeah,
goes
it's
with.
it's their single, but no, my if I had to pick one that's not in the end, it'd be By Myself.
I was looking at that one when you said it.
Because I'm going through the lyrics right now with on Spotify,
Yeah.
and just these questions that he's asking himself, it's just things that I've dealt
Oh,
with
yeah.
personally multiple times to this fucking day. It's just the dichotomy of trying to be nice but risk getting hurt, or
Tell
just
me about it.
or just being a hermit and just avoid everybody and everything just to try and live my life as best I can. But can't live one without the other, unfortunately. But yeah, it would be By Myself, because it's those questions are relevant to everybody in one stage in life or another.
Oh yeah, and then just the tone of the song, you know, like it's such a, I don't want to say somber song, but it's also a bit of a pick-me-up song.
Yeah, because like it's making you question, like, do you want to be alone, or do you want to try and be the best you can, risking
exactly, yeah.
betrayal or fake people?
Yeah.
Life is a gamble.
Do I follow my instincts blindly?
Yes.
Do I hide my pride in these bad dreams?
Yeah.
Like, come on, like these are things like, why would you
Exactly.
follow things blindly?
Yes.
Question
Yeah.
things.
Because of emotions.
Yeah, well, fuck emotions.
Well, yeah, but that's the reason. Emotions fuck you up.
Yeah,
And make good music though.
surprisingly, yeah. The more pain a person has, the better the artist they
You
are.
notice that?
Yeah.
It's
And it's because it's real, and like I was saying, like Beartooth and everything else. It's like the things that you can relate to most, and especially if you like share that journey with
Yeah.
the artist, like
Yeah.
it just makes it more meaningful instead of what you just hear on the radio.
And LP did such a great job at that. They literally filled stadiums with people holding up signs says "Your music saved my life." Like so many, you go out into public and you ask people like, "You've heard this album?" They'll most likely say yes, and you ask them like, "What did this album do to you?" And they will just give you a list of stuff that it either helped them in some way or it gave them a new outlook in life. That's just how impactful this album is. It is timeless. it is their best album. I can't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't. I don't think
Best-
anybody will argue
Yeah, I
best
think they
album,
kind of
for
shot
sure.
themselves in the foot when
by
they
going
released
that
this.
good that fast. Yeah, that early.
Yeah.
Even their interlude, was it Cure for the Itch?
Yeah.
Their interlude. Their interlude with Mike Shinoda just doing the weird beats and whatnot.
Mhm.
There's a part in that song that made me think of Legend of Zelda. I'm not even joking. Omarr, I think you might know which one it is, and I'll play the song later after we're done with this. But either way, this album, guys, like the fact that we were all kind of on the same wavelength that we wanted to pick this one for an album that slaps from beginning to end, just goes to show you that it's definitely worth a listen. Even if you haven't listened to it today, I'm just waiting for some kid out of nowhere to go. I'm like, hey, I just heard of this band called Linkin Park. Have you guys heard of them? Oh my god, that album slaps.
And be like, come with me, young one.
Yeah.
No, that's
and
when.
then we punch them.
No,
No.
you don't punch them. That's when you say, all right, I'm glad you
we're-
discovered Linkin Park.
We're
right
gonna have
now.
to break their heart though.
Let's
Yeah.
show you the way, dude. Well, yeah, you gotta break the heart because of, unfortunately, what happened.
Yeah.
I like the fact that despite what happened, we were still talking about him like he's still here.
Well, he's a legend.
Legends
never
never die.
Yep. Heroes get remembered. Legends never die. But
You know what? A quick. Do you want to say how you guys discovered hybrid theory? Because
my-
I know Layne already did that, but I want to know. I want to know the journey it took you. You know, how did you?
my
guys come
cousin let
across-
me borrow the CD because he wanted me to get into music because I wasn't into music, and he gave me the CD and then I gave it a listen. And I liked it. That was it. That's all I needed. Just one listen and that was it.
Matt, how did you come?
I was during the time I was looking for new heavy music, and I just stumbled upon them.
Wow.
I was like, I forgot. I was at like Walmart or something, looking at their CD section, and I saw Linkin Park right next to Korn, and I was like, "Wait, who's Linkin Park?
Yes.
I know who Korn is."
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, let's check out this band." And I got the Korn album too. So.
Was it Follow the Leader?
Which it was either that or Issues.
Oh,
This
at the
album
time
came
it
out
would have been
in
Follow the Leader.
2000.
Huh?
It would have been
The
Follow the
Linkin
Leader.
Park's album came out in
Or wait,
2000.
what was? Let's look up.
Doesn't matter. Omar, what about you?
So I first heard the band from my oldest sister because she has an eclectic type of taste in music as well.
Mm-hmm.
She would always be blasting it in her car. It was at the time. It was what was she driving at the time? I think it was a Dodge Ram.
Nice.
So she would always be blasting Linkin Park because at
She's
the
still
time
like, I'm about to break.
yeah, something like that. At the time, I had just left my
red
mom's
lights
to live
coming.
with my
Just gets
dad,
you a red light.
and yeah.
Sorry.
So I had just left my mom's to live with my dad, and then like when my sister would be picking me up from school because my dad and stepmom would be working or doing other things, and every time we'd be on the way home, she'd be blasting Linkin Park, and then
Yeah,
just from
that's all she wrote. What about you, babe?
Actually, I had this friend in 6th grade. His name is Jonathan. He is the one that introduced me to Linkin Park. He's like, hey, cause like, do you like other type of music, like pop? Because I used to listen to a lot of pop and a lot of like.
used to.
Well, still do, but my music taste is everywhere, and I wanted to branch out a little bit more. And he's like, well, I know this band called Linkin Park. I'm all like, I'll let you borrow their like. He was so eager, like, here's the CD, listen to them, and then tell me what you think. And sure enough, like, just because before I wasn't used to like the screamo and all that stuff, because you know how parents are, they're like, it's the devil's music. You're like, bring it into
Hail
it.
Satan.
And you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, but my dad had bought me a Walkman the year before, so a CD player. So I was like, I'm just gonna listen to my stuff, and I started listening. And I was like, oh my god, like this is really good. Like it just like I could like, what's the other song? And before I know it, I was done with it.
They just hit on.
Yeah.
repeat.
Yep.
Joe.
I still have my CD too.
Mm,
I still have a collection.
Yeah, and
of
I'm like,
CDs.
Jonathan, you're not getting it back.
nice.
Yeah, you also have Silence in the Snow that's signed by Trivium. I'm considering stealing that. I mean, what?
I'll castrate you before you even touch it.
Worth it.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up. I mean, definitely give all the albums a listen, folks. I don't think you'll regret them,
No.
any of them. There's always something for everyone. Whether you're a fan of that genre or not, there is always something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no sense in being genre phobic.
Yeah.
Yes.
there's a lot of good music out there
Mm-hmm.
from a bunch of different genres.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And some of the best music out there
Yes.
usually goes unheard because it's overshadowed by the media popularity ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Spotify is really good at recommending stuff. They even have, what is that thing they were doing a while back about like the 5-day list or whatever?
Daily picks.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
daily picks.
They still have that, but the best thing that you could do on Spotify is go through their weekly,
Mhm.
the weekly playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Every Monday they refresh it with 30 songs that
Yeah.
you might that are based on what you listen to, and they'll recommend what you might like. And
Yeah,
I found
plus you can punch in
Mhm.
almost any genre and they'll give you a list. And they'll even give you like a top 40s list
Yes.
of that specific genre.
Yeah, and I found some pretty good bands there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
That's how I discovered that Japanese hardcore band. I was listening to a lot of Comeback Kid and Casey Jones,
Nice.
and
Can't
What?
go wrong with those.
and like I was just, and then I just like it said like hardcore music, right? So I
Yes.
click on it and it gives you a huge mix of like shit,
Mhm.
and then I just hear this fucking Japanese band come on. I'm like, man, this is some fucking good ass shit.
I don't understand any of it, but it
No,
slaps.
but-
It had a good breakdown.
Your
That's what
breakdowns.
captured Matt.
I found a Russian band that's like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do the Cossack dance too?
No, they're just like these three dudes, and they have like this very like they're like a dark wave goth band, and
Ooh.
they're called
Oh.
Molsha Doma, and like
Yes.
all of like their
Damn, sounds
albums are like these like very architectural like
Yeah.
angled buildings, and they're like
Yeah, you'll find something that'll,
Yeah.
that'll resonate
don't
with
know what the fuck they're saying. But
Like,
it just sounds good because like
Yeah.
their voice sounds like an
Yes.
instrument. And that's
Nice.
usually how I deal with like music I don't know the
Yeah.
lyrics to. I'm just like, I don't know what you're saying, so this is just another instrument
yeah.
to sound that goes with
Yeah,
this.
yeah, and I was like into there was a period where I was into the 80s syntho pop.
Yeah.
Dude, there were some people now that are doing it now
Mhm.
that I just discovered. I'm like, oh my God, that
The
guy sounds like
Midnight?
he's from the 80s.
Yeah.
Do you listen to the Midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds so like it takes me back. I'm like,
Yep.
I was born in that era. I wasn't grown up yet, but dude, you sound like you're from that time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
And
take
that's
me
the-
back to that time frame.
And that's the cool thing about music. It gets recycled a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yep.
so much. Like, you will hear one song and like 15 other different songs mixed, or the beat will be mixed into it. It's insane. Like,
Yeah, look what they do with classical music.
yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
I mean, also like, especially metalcore is guilty of this. But you guys know that opening riff to "Unholy Confessions" by A7X?
No.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold. Like,
No, but I'm sure if you give us the info, we'll look it up.
yeah, I mean, just
I like
look
it.
up.
I like getting, you know.
But that
into other
opening
stuff.
riff that they use, or their main riff, you can find it in "Throughout Struggle" by As I Lay Dying. Shit. If you look up early 2000s metalcore, like a shit ton of bands have used that same riff,
Oh, okay.
just in different time signatures.
Well, if it's good, yeah, you're gonna use it, yeah. And I mean, again, if it's good, yeah, you're gonna use it. But yeah, I mean, definitely give it a listen to those albums, folks. I'm gonna include links to all of those albums we just mentioned on my YouTube if you're watching this episode or listening to this episode on my channel. You can just look them up on Spotify. If you're listening to us in Spotify, let us know what you think of those albums, if you've heard them, or if there's any albums you would recommend us to listen. Definitely let us know about that. We definitely like listening to new stuff. Even if it's not something in the genre you think we might like, we might find something in there
That we do
might
like.
There's
If a
always
song
something.
or an album speaks to you on
Hell
a personal
yeah.
level, please let us know. Cause
Heck yeah.
I
Like,
want,
hit us up on our IG at the Media Buff Guys. We'll definitely answer you guys. We're on there a lot. So
We just need to start doing daily posts.
yeah, stuff like
I do the weekly ones when we post a new episode.
but we gotta like do daily ones
Yes.
too.
Yeah, but yeah, let us know in the comments, folks, and let us know what any songs or what you think of these songs. And as always, thank you so much, and we will talk to you next time. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
I'd like to take a moment to speak to you about our Lord and Savior, Squirrel with a Gun.
Oh my God. Bye.